Now let's say you didn't want to drag, because when I drag this down here, let's say I wanted to cut a little piece off. Like I don't want all this extra right here. I just want from when she hands him the equipment and then he walks off with it. So what I'm going to do is find a place here, and let's say I want to cut this and delete all this. Well, over here you have some tools. One of them is a tiny little, it looks like a razor blade. If you click on that, as you can see, my mouse has now changed. I just click. I go back to the normal selection tool, which is just the arrow. Then I can click, hit delete on the keyboard, and now I don't have that extra clip. At this point, I want to get this back to the start of my timeline, so I can either drag, or if I single click in that empty space and then right click with the mouse, I can select ripple delete, and that closed that gap right there. So as you can see, now I just have the clip I wanted. Well, let's say this clip was super long, and to go in there and cut out all the pieces you want would be very time consuming or just difficult to do on this timeline. So another way to do that, if I go back over here, I'm still on my effects tab, I want to click on my project tab. Let's add another clip down there. So this time I'm going to double click on a clip, and now it starts up here. So now I can look through this window, and so I just want him walking, so I'm going to start right there, hit the I on my keyboard, the letter I, go to where he goes in the room, and then hit O on my keyboard for out. And now when I click and drag this to my timeline, it's only going to take that short clip. So click, drag it to my timeline, and there I go. So now, oh, see how he already goes in there and then it cuts to the clip? Well, let me back this up a little bit. Let's say right there. And I'm going to go to my razor blade, cut, go to my selection tool, select, delete, right click, ripple delete. So let's see what that looks like. So he walks towards the viewing booths, and then it'll cut right there. Close. I'd probably tweak it a little bit more, but you get the idea. So two ways to put media down there. Now, one thing I could have done, see where my playhead is? Wherever that playhead is, I'm going to put it right at the end of my timeline there. You have a couple options of clips up here. So let's say you wanted to, well, here, let me back up a little bit to explain it. So I'm in between these two clips. Let's say I had another clip here. In fact, let me just select a different part. So I'm just going to select this beginning here, or the letter I on my keyboard, and then the letter O on my keyboard, and so now I have a different area selected. So a couple options if I didn't want to drag. Down here I could insert this clip. If I click on this, it pushes the clip next to it to the right, and then nothing gets deleted on the timeline. That's one option. I'm going to edit undo here. Another option would be to overwrite. So that actually deletes this stuff right there. So as you can see, instead of getting that nice shot of him walking, it cut straight into there. So let me edit undo that. Basically that happens wherever the playhead is. So remember, if your playhead is right here and you decide to hit overwrite, that actually deletes whatever's under there. So be aware of that. Now if I were to hit the other one while it's right there, it won't delete everything, it'll just push it over. So again, just several ways to get your media on there.